going on, guys? Get rich or get wrecked, whatever comes first. In this case, it's looking like I am getting wrecked. All right, guys, so let's have a look at what is going on here. Obviously, coming in, we can see that down in here, this plug is black or brown. Not quite black, but it is brown at this point, and obviously it's looking like it's burnt. Coming up next, we do have the cables right here are looking all brown, starting to burn up a little bit, heat up in this part here as well. So we almost had a fire hazard. I got lucky because I was actually notified by the pool that my miner hash rate dropped. And I was like, what? So I went to check it out, thinking it was just a gold chill thing. Hash rate drops, reset the miner. Look at this and kaboom. So let's rewind a little bit and kind of show you the steps on what happened here. And honestly, in the end of the day, this was actually my fault because I didn't check my cables before turning this on. All right, so right now I got the AE box right here. This is what was causing the issues. Actually, rewind, I don't want to lie here. This was not causing the issue. We'll look at what actually happened earlier on. It was my mistake and stuff. But I have it on a new power supply, new breakout board, new cables. Well, they're still old cables, but remember the other cables I had, these are all actually like 4 years old. So, you know, whether you're going from summer to winter, you get humidity and then dry air, humidity, and so on. You know, they may be slowly starting to get to the end of its life term. You know, it's been, you know, since Ethereum days, over 4 years ago at this point. We also have the AE box, which I absolutely hate this design because I like their new boxes, which they only released in, what was that, the mini dose 3 pluses or something, and then they went back to the old models, but they had the power supply in it. Then all you needed was your C13. Those were much better. Now you need power supplies and breakout boards and 6 pins and all sorts of stuff to use their new miners again, which is kind of a step backwards in my mind. So coming in a while ago, when I did turn this on, about a day or two after I first initially started this, I did notice that some of the 6 pins on the breakout board here, they were turning brown like I just shown you earlier. I didn't really pay attention to the cables. I didn't check them. You know, that's another big mishap. I'm always saying check your cables, make sure everything's tight, you know, do it at least weekly. In this case, I'm going to be checking it every day, but always check your cables. And I didn't do that in this case, and look what happened. I slipped, I've been sick, you know, I forgot a lot of my basic principles, and then boom, we get some issues. But coming in, I noticed that they were brown, so I used the same breakout board and I just unplugged it and I just put it into a new plug here, not on this breakout board, on the other one, and then I kept watching it every single day. Again, I didn't check the cables, and I looked back at my other video to see was there an issue with the breakout board prior to even running the AE box, because it was running on, I believe, a KA box for like a year or whatever. Whenever they first released and I got it, it's been running that ever since, until I finally turned them off, you know, about a month ago, and now I use it again. I went back to the video to see if that was brown there, and guess what? There is some browning happening here, and the cable was brown as well, which I didn't even pay attention to. I just left it plugged in as is and then plugged into the miner. So that was a huge mistake on my part right at the start. So I then got the email, and then I checked this, and now lo and behold, I checked the cable as well as the pin here, and we can see that we are both burnt. So it wasn't the miner that was doing this. This was actually had issues before I plugged it in, and this never should have been used in the first place, but I didn't even check these connections, which I always tell you guys to always check your connections, and I just didn't do. So this is 100% my issue. Now let's just try to get a closer look at this just to see where the issue initially was. It's looking like that bottom half rounded pin in the middle is the darkest point. So that might have been where it initially started, and then it kind of spread outwards here. But here you can see what it's looking like inside of that 6 pin from the breakout board. Now the pins themselves actually look okay in the actual cabling, but the actual cable itself is not looking very hot. As we can see, if I can get it to line up right there, we can definitely start to see some burntness kind of starting to happen right there. That's not a good sign. Obviously, this cable is going straight to the garbage. Now there's some of you do-it-yourselfers where you could probably just cut the cable. Now I'm just going to throw this one out here, but you could probably cut it way back about in here and then just repin it all yourself, get a new 6-pin end, and just make your own cable again. There's a lot of people that like to just make their own stuff. So obviously if you're handy and stuff like that, that is a very good option you could do. Myself though, I'm just tossing it. Alright guys, so this is just a quick video. Just moral of the story is always check your cables before plugging in anything new, and always check them periodically, as things do slowly back out over time. And even these clips here, which you know they have the protecting clips right about here that kind of stick up right there, they dry out, and that fell on the ground, but it's garbage anyway. But the clips actually break off over time just from being dried out and get old and brittle and whatever, and then they'll slowly back out through small vibrations, as all these fans and everything in here does cause a vibration going through everything. Even though you can't really feel it, they are there. So things happen over time. So one, always check your equipment prior to plugging anything in and starting a new miner. And two, always check them over time to make sure and catch anything before you get a possible fire hazard and burn your house down. So thank you for checking out this video, guys, just to bring awareness to all you guys out there. Make sure you guys all stay safe. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.